You've got enough evidence. Sure, we'll get him in for a chat. The evidence says you broke into the RV. The crowbar, photographs, microphone, and even an audio tape, all found in your place. What are you trying to cover up?
And I should help you? Why?
Maybe to convince us you didn't kill the PI to shut him up after he tailed you and got the dirt on you.
I didn't off the son of a bitch. Hell, I didn't even know he was dead.
You just happened to break into his place, steal a bunch of self-incriminating stuff the night he dies.
Well, maybe you didn't murder Melvoy, but you knew the man was dead, and that breaking into his RV was a safe risk.
And why did I do that again? I forget. You supposedly have all this evidence. Maybe you can, interpret it and remind me.
The PI was onto your art gallery drug scheme, so he had to go.
I swear to you, I did not kill that clown. Look, he was blackmailing me, and blackmailing's a crime, right? I only busted into his place to throw a scare into the guy. Why would I want to do that to a dead guy? Stupidity, mostly. I should never have gotten myself involved with that damned art gallery. Ackerman plays it smooth, but he's just a junkie in an expensive suit. I was on the up and up, investing in art. I've made a lot of successful investments in venture capital. Check up and see. Then that clown tells me, since Ackerman's into drugs, he'll say I was too, if I don't pay him.
And he didn't threaten to come to us, right? He said he'd go to his client, your fiancé's bitter sister. I see. Things are going good with Carrie now, and he was threatening to screw that up.
Now you're putting the pieces together. I just had a brush with you people, so imagine why I didn't want this to make me look dirty. So I paid the bastard off. Then I got pissed off and decided that would be the first and last payment. So I trashed his place, sending him a message that Michael Dubois was not to be screwed with.
The tape we found in your apartment made for some interesting listening. Sounds like those paintings were a front for a money laundering scheme.
Now you're off the rails again. No way.
Sounds like the PI found out about the overpriced paintings and probably knew about the warehouse of drugs. And you guys decide he needs paying off, all right? Just not in money.
You don't know what you were listening to. Gus Clien and me, we were talking about firing Nathan Ackerman, not killing somebody. I was just picking up some artwork. It was more convenient than going to the gallery. You want the address? Fine. 2974 Westfall Avenue. Knock yourself out. Find some other citizen to harass, why don't you? I don't have anything else for you.
Because the photo shows the crate outside the warehouse, this warrant allows us only to search the exterior for any evidence of the PI being there recently.
What brings the crime lab around? A crime in this quiet neighborhood? That's a surprise. Yeah, it's one of a dozen buildings I own in this town, and several of my businesses use it for storage. Why is that of interest to the LVPD?
I noticed the building is unmarked. Difficult to find.
It's a private warehouse from my company, not available to the general public for storage. What's unusual about that? Among other things, we do specialized computer software for high-end clients. But you'll understand, I can't say any more than that. We have a strict non-disclosure policy. Can't say I ever did. Like I said, it's a quiet neighborhood, and we're kind of out of the way. I probably know if somebody who didn't belong was hanging around.
The photographs show you and Dubois here, together, as well as a crate that resembles the wooden coffin the victim was stuffed into.
Well, crates are kind of interchangeable, right? And come to think of it, Dubois was here last night, picking up some artwork. More convenient for him than going across town to the gallery. Listen, I've tried to be a good guy about this, but you're starting to be a nuisance. Go on, get it over with.
You're close. Try something similar. Luminol is highly sensitive, detecting 1 part blood in 5 million parts, but it can also react to bleach and certain metals. In this case, the varied coloration of the reaction suggests a combination of blood and bleach. Also, note where the pattern originates from. As a rule, I don't guess, but this looks very much like a bone fragment.
I haven't got anything.
Can't confirm that it's blood. The sample is too diluted with water and bleach. Not enough here to amplify for adequate DNA verification either. Nice work. The DNA extracted from the bone marrow matches our victim. This fragment probably came from his skull when he was shot. The pattern of the blood to the drain suggests it was washed from inside the warehouse, which would make it the original crime scene.
Let's find out what they got going on inside that warehouse. Your search warrant is based on probable cause and allows you to search for anything that directly connects to the PI's murder.
Software development. With all these hardwood crates? More artwork, you think?
Could be the art of selling substance abuse. Whatever the case, somebody clearly didn't like having a greedy PI know about it.
At least they've got a clock that wouldn't get annoying after a while.
Video slot machines. So that's the high-end software programming that requires strict non-disclosure.
And somehow I don't think they're being programmed to improve the customer's odds.
Odds are 10 to 1 that these slots have something to do with why Melvoy was killed. That serial number may be of use. This computer's connected to the video slots. It looks like some kind of interface program.
Somebody got hosed. This may have been used to wash blood evidence out of the warehouse and down the drain.
Looks like the area is clean. Nice job being thorough.
I must have missed that day at CPR class where the first thing you find in a first aid kit is a gun.
We got a match. Ackerman's fingerprints on the gun. These machines have been in and out of a lot of casinos lately. This shows a change in the laws of averages. Random chance logic means a full house naturally happens roughly every 87 hands. But these machines are showing they deliver a full house every 150. That nearly doubles the house's edge. Tire tread in the warehouse matches Melvoy's car, so somebody must have driven the vehicle into the warehouse. Looks clean. At least the barrel hasn't been tampered with. Let's fire a round in the ballistics lab. Barrel markings match. We have our murder weapon.
You've got enough evidence. Sure, we'll get him in for a chat.
How should I know? The guy was a professional snoop. Maybe he was poking around where he didn't belong and slipped and fell. Outside.
Well, the blood trail clearly originates inside the warehouse. Evidence indicates cleanup. It was washed out with bleach and water.
You know, it's amazing what you lab people can come up with your scientific testing. But it still means nothing to me. It doesn't have anything to do with any activities in this warehouse. That I know about, anyway. No. So if something did happen, to give you that DNA evidence, I wasn't around to see it. Well, because of frequent art deliveries, Nathan Ackerman has keys. That's easy. Home, with my wife, watching TV. You want to know what programs? I haven't got anything.